welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show. My sidekick here, Andrew, and we want to show a picture right off the bat, and we'll finish our start finishing our story of being in Abbeville. We showed you at Shucks. This is at Integrity Supplies office, which is in a beautiful large building right in front of the Abbeville airport there, right at the red light, where if you take a right coming from downtown, you're going to go down to the end of the, what's the name of the town down there? Not town. Anyhow, the people in the picture right now are Marty Hebert and his wife Angel, and I told him, I said, you sure married up, and especially if you married an angel like that. And he got a charge out of that. Vicky Frederick, of course, was not there. She was at the funeral services at about that same time for her nephew that I spoke about a little bit earlier. But Marty and Vicky are our business partners, and I say ours, Blaine Gilroy and I. And then Saturday looked like that was the crawfish boil day. You said DCG had theirs, and this is Imperial and ABC Insurance had their annual family crawfish boil, and about 300 people attended this function.
They're expanding over to Copper Crown.
And well, this is actually at the Equine Center, and the Equine Center is available for rental, and that back section made a beautiful setting for these 300. I imagine they had 250 seatings set up. Wow. And here's Scott Pete, one of the Imperial employees, long time.
Bringing down a fryer, it looks like, right
they're unloading a fryer, that blue on the right in that picture. And then Henry is, we see Henry's back right there. We're going to run through these pictures pretty quick. And Colby and Dirk. Dirk is the father, and his young son, ABC Insurance, as I mentioned earlier. And it's a fun day, and they had a fun jump, and those kids had a blast. And these are the two individuals who furnished the crawfish for the crawfish ball, Mitch Olivier and Dwayne Smith on the right. And Dwayne furnished the equipment that you're going to see in the next picture right here, and this is one of Dwayne's employees and his boiling facility and everything. And I might add that Dwayne had high remarks for this young man in the picture here. He says you ought to see him working. He also is in the construction business. He builds levees and everything for crawfish ponds, rice fields, with all this laser equipment. He said this young man here, he can read the prints and do the job. And this is Kyle Ford, and Kyle is just going in full-time into the lawn care service, and he's going to work at night at Evangeline Downs. He's going to keep his night job, but he's going to also have a daytime job. And there
he is with the wife and baby.
Yep, and his phone number is 337, of course, 331 0980. If you need that number later, please let me know. And he lives right near Howard Austin, home over on Austin Road on the southwest end of Opelousas. So, Kyle, good luck to you.
And there's Mr. Blue.
That's Mr. Blue and Mrs. Boudreaux, Dirk's mama, who just moved to Opelousas, and she loves it. She's meeting friends every day. And here is our leader of the Imperial ABC group, Mark Carter, and his wife, Candy, and all-around girl, and she's really works hard on promoting and getting everything ready at the last minute. Cindy Nazat, who also is one of the executive secretaries at Imperial's office.
And there is
my little buddy, Noel Bunol, Blue's son.
He don't age at all.
No.
Still look like a kid.
And he lost a lot of weight. He's working out 5 days a week. He's out there on the looking field. He's available.
Oh, yeah? He's single?
Yeah, he's available.
Uh-oh.
Never been married. He had a girlfriend for a good while.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a picture. The girlfriend's daughter, Jordan, and he are still buddies.
So close.
And she was there along with a friend, and I apologize, Noel, that I didn't get a picture of Jordan. She's cute as a bug. And this young man here is Ray. And he's with Don's Drive-Thru on the west end of Opelousas, West Landry Street.
Originally opened by Mr. Don Campbell.
Yep, originally, that's correct. The brick mason.
Correct.
And Ray, of course, does catering, and he has catered this event for the last several years. He was
The drink side of it.
The beer side
Right,
of it,
right.
the beer. They just have beer, no hard liquor, just beer. And beer and crawfish, they go hand in hand.
But he can handle all that too.
All of that too, and he also, the drive-through is busy. He does well over there, well-established business. Nice guy. Met him for the first time at Capitol Raceway. We had gone over there for a car show and the drags, and he had a vehicle entered in the event.
And there's a little sun over Ducharme Lane.
Yep, that's out of my front door.
And the lovely pond.
The pond, and pond's pretty right now. And when it's going to get hot, it's going to get funky again.
That's all my photos, and we got to get some sponsors in. Let's go with the Quarters Casino, north of Opelousas. Go by the Quarters Casino and try your luck in the gaming side. Try those nice machines and see if you can win some. Also there at the Quarters at exit 23, you can go to El Pico de Gallo, the Mexican restaurant and canteen, and try authentic Mexican cuisine. You get 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal as well. They're open 7 days a week there, Monday through Sunday. You also go inside the convenience store and get Chevron gas. You can get
Diesel.
Subway sandwiches. You can get crispy, crunchy chicken. You can get Stuckey's candies. Go by and have a good time. And one more sponsor, Targill. Now, we talked a whole lot about ball crawfish. Let me tell you something. This weekend, all the ball crawfish that I ate, all the seasonings were Targill type seasonings. I even had some that were very lemony, real good flavor to them and peeled real easy. And I asked Kevin Carey, I said, what y'all did to get that lemon flavor? He said, we went to Targill and got lemon oil. You add a little lemon oil to your crawfish, and it makes them slide out easy and have that good lemon flavor. Doesn't take very much, just a little bit in the crawfish. You talk about good eating. So if you need seasonings, if you need butcher supplies, cooking supplies, those cardboard trays that you throw the heads in and then throw that away afterwards, they've got all that at Targill as well. Your cups, whatever you're looking for, they can help you out.
A little addition to that, when I showed the picture a while ago of Richie Romero and his father, you know what, there were 4 of them in the picture, Sammy Abear. Well, Richie sells a lot of the Targill products. So want to put in a plug, and he's a distributor and takes care of a large area. And with the internet today, you worldwide. Just like the show right now, we probably have people in China watching to see if I'm going to talk about the bomb. The bomb's not scared. This was a real event, and the Boston Marathon. That was sad. And of course, we had 2 young ladies from Opelousas. Thank God they were not involved in it.
At least 2. There were 2 that they talked about, people that actually ran, but there were probably a dozen girls from here that I know that were up there.
that was up there. In fact, I think Ginger Myers was one of them.
Yeah.
And maybe another
one of the
Myers
Jarrows was there.
Well, yeah, she was. That's Charles Aguilar's daughter. She's married to and lost a child last year,
right.
almost at a year.
Right.
And William's wife.
Right, correct.
And
so it's a scary thing. It touches everybody.
Castile.
Not sure.
She was married to. She's a daughter of Dale and B. Peppercorn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can't think of her first name. I'm sorry about that, babe. Been knowing you since you were a child. Evangeline Downs opens another season tonight, which is Wednesday. So I'm gonna the first.
You going tonight?
Yeah, I'm going tonight. We don't have a horse tonight. We have a horse running tomorrow, I think it is, Thursday.
Well, you go tonight and bring your liniment, you can rub the horse.
Yeah, can do that. I can help Carl saddle up and everything.
Feed and water, and you can mug the stall.
That's correct. They have racing live at Evangeline, and I'm happy. It's time.
It's fun.
We've got our box seats again. David took care of paying for all that, and we in line to be able to watch the races. We have a real good spot there, and the racing starts at 5:40 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 4 nights a week.
So you can go right after work, go have a good time.
And I know the first night there's 11 races. We have a horse running Saturday night in the 12th race, so they must maybe catching up some races from last year.
Yeah,
they have to, all that money's got to be given out to the owners, and we have a bill that's been introduced in the session that the HBPA, the racing commissions, the horsemen, everybody's against it. It would take all our money and put it in a pool, and we'd have to apply for the money. Well, this money is dedicated by law. And
they don't need to go to anybody else. Just stay where it's at.
Well, then what's the governor been doing? He's been sweeping these accounts. Well, he'd be sweeping money that belongs to the horsemen, belong to somebody else. And
it was passed a certain way to promote the racing industry.
And so let's leave it alone. So any of our senators, representatives, please, if you listen, as House Bill 100, please vote against that. Be against it. Kill it in the committee. That's the easiest way to make sure it doesn't get any teeth and go forward. Mary Connolly Sloan died, and of course she was local, and she was the daughter of the late Joseph Mike Connolly, and the only Mike Connolly that I ever knew ran a Conoco station on South Union Street. And of course Miss Mary, her sons, she has 4 sons, Bernie, Mike, Roger, we know Roger the artist, and Brett, and 2 daughters, Lisa and Susan, and of course granddaughters and grandsons. But I had to mention, if I'm wrong, y'all, right or wrong, if one of you happen to be watching the program,
let him know.
Let me know and see if because I like Mr. Mike. He was there for many, many years. It's not a Conoco station anymore, but it's on South Union Street. It's serviced by the, oh man, what's our friend, our good friend? Anyhow, another death that occurred was Miss Elsie Martin Sancerre Stelly. And of course, she had 2 sons, James Sancerre and his wife Eloise, Jobab, my cousin, and also Dale Sancerre and his wife Catherine, and 1 daughter Fern, and she was way up there, age 99. Our deepest sympathies to their family also.
And also Miss Peggy Sylvester that passed away, the assistant warden at the Opelousas Police Department this week in an automobile accident. Someone asked me, they said she was on duty, but it's like she was coming from her home. Well, a lot of people don't realize if you're a police officer and you get in the police car and you put on your uniform, by law, you're required to lend assistance, okay? So what they do is when they go to get in the car, they get on the radio and they say, I'm heading in, this is where my car is, this is my route I'm taking, so that they know to better call them and dispatch them before they go into the jails. So she was on call at that point on the way into the jail.
One call, that's all? Is that
that's
what
right.
Bart...
One call, that's all.
What Bart...
first name, last name is Bart, huh? What is it? Oh.
Anyhow,
go ahead, find your prayer.
Okay, our prayer and our thought. Each week we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice.
Morris Bart.
Morris Bart.
Got it the same
and
time.
And our prayer for the day, the thought as I refer to it, my good Father, I believe firmly in your eternal power, in your wisdom, and in your love. Increase my faith. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. And also tell a neighbor, and I thank you, Andrew, for your assistance.